Sagittarius Risings have a very extreme October 2022 that starts off really social and ends up being very internal and very dramatic on a more psychological sense by the end of the month. If you're excited to see what's coming up for you this October 2022, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren. I'm an astrologer, and in this video, I'm using the tropical zodiac within whole sign houses as I practice mainly Hellenistic Greek astrology. So this whole month, Saturn in your 3rd house will be squaring Uranus in your 6th house, showing that you're trying to get a lot done and be very mature about the way that you manage your time and are productive, but some chaotic events around your health or with coworkers are making that difficult. Then from the 1st to the 3rd, we open the month with Mercury in your 10th house opposing Neptune in your 4th house. So speaking about or communicating about your career could prove difficult due to lack of clarity or dishonesty from a family member or your living situation. On the 1st, however, Venus in your 11th house will oppose Jupiter in your 5th house. This is a really lovely transit for meeting someone and having them go from close friends to dating, or having a relationship that's romantic go really well with your friends. There's a lovely combination of dating and also friendship that looks like it involves a lot of people to open the month. It's just really nice. And on the 2nd, Mercury is stationing direct in your 10th house. Now, this Mercury retrograde was in your 10th house of career, so difficulties on communicating or making plans and closing things around your career could have been present for the last 3 weeks, but now from the 2nd onward, things should improve and there'll be more ease of plans in your professional life. From the 6th to the 7th, Mercury is also trine Pluto in your 2nd house, so there's much more ease of being clear about money or financials in your career. And on the 9th, there is a full moon in your Aries 5th house. This is a really positive full moon. Full moons are endings, they're times of letting go, they're times of release. And this one is in your 5th house of dating, romance, or creativity. So it could be that there's an anniversary or the release of something creative or just having a nice night with someone that you're dating. But it looks like a really positive, really lighthearted time, and it's pretty social and extroverted as well. However, from the 9th to the 15th, Mars in your Gemini 7th house will be squaring Neptune in your Pisces 4th house. And this is showing that you're having to put a lot of effort into a relationship right now, that one-on-one there's a ton of drive and a ton of work that you're putting into this. But family members or people that you live with or your living situation is up in the air, people are being dishonest or deceitful, making really solving the relationship quite difficult. Then on the 11th, a lot of things start happening in your Libra 11th house. Mercury moves in there, showing more communication. And from the 11th to the 14th, the Sun and Venus are trine Saturn in your 3rd house, showing that your friends, your networking, this larger group of people that you're surrounded with is really helping you out with being more productive and diligent. And from the 17th to the 19th, the Sun and Venus are trine Mars in your 7th house. It looks like the effort that you're putting into this relationship is really worth it regarding what it's getting socially and like how it's helping you with your friendships as well. And from the 19th to the 26th, the Sun is conjunct Venus in Libra and then in Scorpio between your 11th and 12th houses. So things are going really well for you with your friendships, and then they move a little bit more internally on the 23rd for your mental health. But in that time, from the 19th to the 20th, they will square Pluto in your 2nd house. So you might find that you feel financially pigeonholed or a little bit strained, and you're having to work through that as well. And you're having to know how to say no or not agree to certain things. On the 23rd, the Sun and Venus then enter your Scorpio 12th house. So the 12th house is around mental health, around isolation, about going inward. So having these two planets enter that part of your chart suddenly takes kind of a hermit mode turn, where you were much more social and now you're much more internal for the last week. And on the 25th, there is a solar eclipse in your Scorpio 12th house. Solar eclipses are new beginnings, but this one is on the south node, an indicator of release. So this is a catalyst event for a new beginning of mental health over the next 6 months that can involve letting something go. It might be that you're giving up an addiction or something you depended on, or a practice that you're now freeing up time around. So it's a letting go and an ending, but there's a new beginning around starting that ending essentially. Then on the 28th, Jupiter re-enters your Pisces 4th house. So in the beginning of the year, Jupiter, which represents growth and increase, was in your 4th house of living situation and family, and it looks like you're once again growing where you live, readjusting where you live, putting more growth into like your family, but there's a lot more energy and expansion in your home or family life for the end of the year. Then on the 30th, Mercury enters your Scorpio 12th house. So more communication is internal, there's more effort and more deliberation around your spiritual life rather than externally. And finally, on the 30th, Mars stations retrograde in your Gemini 7th house of close relationships and partners. So given that this is showing backtracking or rethinking conflict, retrogrades are reversals, Mars is conflict, and the 7th house is a close relationship. The ending of this year really has to do with going back and rethinking your relationship and the effort that you put into it to redo some things and reconsider what that bond is about. So if you have any thoughts, any predictions, or anything you want to share about what's coming up for you this month, feel free to leave that down below. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. The tarot card that we have for Sagittarius Risings this October is the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Now, when this is upright, it has to do with worrying more than necessary that things are going to work out. When it's inverted, it usually shows that you might want to be a little bit more concerned and pay a little bit more attention and not be so trusting. So the turn internal for the end of the month might be that it's time to not be so trusting, that being careful and being a little bit more diligent could serve you well in case you are trusting in too many people. I hope that a lot of this is welcome news or fits in with your plans for this October already. If you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe. I see a lot of you have not subscribed yet, and I would love to have you join the, I think we agreed on marinara sauce as our name. I don't know, I'm okay with it if you're okay with it. Anyway, take care, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh, but there is one